Moment of truth. It appears it has finished. Why does it smell like gas over here? Or paint. It smells like paint. Was it full? I mean, full? Good enough. Let's crank her. Choke on. Full throttle. Let's put it at half throttle. Brake is on. It's on, but it's not engaged. It's disengaged. Dang, just like that. That ain't right. Something off about this. But, I mean, it came to life fast. It is loud. Sounds like it got an exhaust leak. Is this actually helping it? Yikes. They told me it died. It was leaking. I did not hear myself again. No way. It's weird in the video. I'm trying to get electrocuted. Alright. Scary. It's turning off. Let's get this out the way. Now I'm sitting on it. I should be able to do this. Nope. Why is everything shutting it off? This will shut it off too. That shuts it off too. No? It's starting. No. This thing is all sorts of messed up. Like smoke. I said I was going to do a review on that. The review was 30 minutes later. I ran out of gas. 30 minutes after using this, I was sitting there in front of a customer in their yard just hosing it down, and we were talking. And the pump went out on it. But Vivor sent a pump pretty quickly. I've just got to put it in. It went from the 100 and I don't know how much I paid for it to like it's currently $300 right now for a 15-gallon Vevor tank cart. I don't think anybody else has one that I'm aware of. This has the 126-foot hose. Anyway, great. What could this be? Head gaskets. Yeah, that's rough. I've changed the head gasket before. Oh, the oil everywhere. Splattered all over the place. That's good. Oil's getting around. That's weird that no matter what you do, it wants to shut off. Dixon Kodiak. What does it say at the end there? SE. Okay. So this is a Dixon Ztr Kodiak Se. I think it's a 60-inch. Or is it 52? Yeah, it's 60. I'm thinking this is the 25 horsepower. Or actually, I don't know. I'm guessing it's a Generac because it doesn't look typical to me. It doesn't look like a Briggs or a Kohler or a Kawasaki. It couldn't be the valves need adjusting. My feeler gauges are rusted. They're new, but they rusted. Cheapo stuff. Yeah, this thing needs some help. But I'll tell you what, that thing just started right up. I don't know how you switch tanks on this. And this thing is so corroded you can't tell. This is supposed to be clear. You're supposed to be able to see a gauge here. Here's what the other side looks like. You can see it in there. Anyway, hopefully the hydros work. Can't tell. It did try to engage the gear. The PTO did engage and the blade spun, which the blades look. Yikes. Past due and they're upside down. There's something ain't right about them besides that. Either way, they gotta go. The deck seems strong. The wheels, I always take these off anyway because I scalp on purpose Bermuda lawns. Wonder how heavy the deck feels on here. How do you, oh, okay, I see. It's actually really easy to do. Dixie chopper, you need to, how do they do this? I know that spring ain't assisting it this much. This is super easy to move. Dixie chopper's decks are like this right here. You're like, it's a leg workout. All right, done pushing around the deck. It's so easy to do it. So apparently this was woman owned, not saying that's the reason why it's in the condition it is at 500 hours, but you know. Maybe it's a Generac thing. Maybe Generac's a do. This is the first one I've ever seen. I did have a Generac generator. I forget. It ran, but it didn't. Yeah, usually think about generators when you think of this. Okay, well, I have like no information about this. I think they said it has Parker hydraulics, and I forget who they said for the wheel pump. Motors. It has. This is either a 2006 to 2009. But yeah, it's solid. Otherwise, you could probably get a used engine and throw it on there. But there's probably nothing wrong with just swapping out whatever. Worst case scenario, cracked block or head or something. And that's why we're seeing smoke coming out. But it's more likely the gasket's done, so, and that's why black smoke's pouring out. That could it be fuel? It seemed like it was running rich. So the symptoms were, this video looked funny. When I was pushing my hand on this here, it looked like it was waving like that. No, without the camera, it was like doing... It's funny how this camera causes that. I noticed that with my actual generator review. The lights look like they're rotating the LED, but in real, like in person, it's like flashing. It's weird how the shutter rate, frame rate, whatever causes that situation. But the symptoms of this thing has an oil color. That's interesting. I'm guessing air just blows out the side of the cowling. Symptoms were it violently shaking, regardless of what it looks like in the video. Symptoms were, I put it in the choke mode while it was running and back off, and there was just way too much black smoke to be just one-time thing. Oil causes black smoke, so it could be the rings. No, most likely was ran. These blades are so shot. Probably decided to mow once a month and just dog the doo-doo out of it. But am I going to work on this? That's the question, or just cash it out. There's a $250 purchase. That's nothing for a 0 turn. Somebody have a motor and throw it on there. But I had a Briggs with a bad head gasket. The symptoms were not the same, but that was an easy fix and it ran good. I just had to continuously adjust the valves on it, like every 30 hours, which if you're mowing commercially day after day, that would be every week. It was every 2 weeks though, because I had the same thing. I've bought so many of these Gravely and Ariens mowers. They're the same. I feel like the Gravely's got a different, the hydraulics, at least the dampener feels much better than the Ariens version. But I like these ZTs, ZT42. Ariens called the Zoom 42. They just seem to go, the belts are stupid thin. These pop up, burn out all the stinking time. That's what I don't like. If they had actual real bulky belts, these Gravely's and Arien mowers, not the later gen, not the Icon or the, I forget what the other one's called, Ariens, but the one before was good, especially with the accelerator deck if you're trying to scalp, which depends on what your purpose is. Bermuda grass, carpet thin cut. The Excalibur deck was a unique one. I noticed the pulleys spaced the blade very close to the bottom already. That's not going to be applicable to a lot of people. Well, it will be, but most people don't think about that when they're looking for it. This starter solenoid's bad on this thing. But the Dixie chopper this is considered a residential mower, but by no means is it. It's hilarious that a Dixie chopper would say, here, get yourself a residential mower. This thing goes past my knees up here. This is a huge wheel. This thing moves. So yeah, Dixie choppers, residential mowers are commercial quality by all means. Gravely advertised this one, the ZT42, as commercial class for residential, and I can confirm that these Gravely's are absolutely, there's one inside the van, same thing, are at least these Kawasaki's, even the Briggs. I had the single Briggs. I mean, little parts go bad here left and right, but the same thing for anything else. this was neglected. The engine, at least, it probably ran out of oil, probably burnt the rings or overheated, or it could be always clean your cowling out. The heat fins get dirt literally caked up on it. If you take this off, you gotta, it's always just a few bolts, and then pressure wash out the heat sink fins on the cylinders, because those suckers get real hot. The whole point of this is to pull in air past the two heads on the cylinder and cool it off. In fact, gosh, when you hire somebody, they don't take care of your stuff like you do. And guy threw a wheelbarrow on top of my zero turn, and so busted the cowling, and I just put a Rubbermaid lid on there a year ago, and it's now like crusty dry, but it's keeping the air going where it belongs, down past the cylinder heads. This is the newer Kawasaki versus the other one, which has a similar, if not the same, engine number. But keeping those, yeah, so I had the cylinder, this single cylinder Briggs that I had changed the, whatchamacallit, see the fan guard, debris guard, or whatever it is it older style than the other one. I'm gonna guess this is like a 2010, 2011. That's 2012 up. Anyway, my point is, yeah, I had this thing. I think it looks dirty because I left it sitting out here, but I think this thing has super low hours. But person popped the fuse, or the, no, actually they destroyed the starter solenoid, and so you could simply bypass it, positive to starter positive. So who needs a starter solenoid? You just turn it on, and then jump the starter, and boom, it's running. But there is fuses in these Ariens and Graveleys down here, green 30 amp, that pop if there's any form of a short somewhere, which can happen. So the fuse, it won't run. I'm guessing it just stops the relay in here from communicating or doing relay things. But what was I saying? Yeah, back to the single cylinder, whatchamacallit, engine that was powering my Zoom 42 would always kick up in dirt. It was raining a lot, and it was dusty, and the cylinder inside of here with the heat fins, what would it do? Get kicked up, and then it would overheat. The oil would first thin out super fast and lose its lubricating, and then the engine would start wearing out, or parts become loose. I was hoping the cylinder head would be visible on this. Where is it? It's right here. So the cowling is right here. It's sideways on this one. Great, I just spilled the bolts. Gee, this is a mess right here. The person told me this was used once. Tiller might have been used once, but it was left outside, got rained on, and there was straight up water sitting inside the engine. Like, I had to pull the plug and run it, and at least with a, it's got a starter. This thing actually has a electric start, and blast out the water. Oh my goodness. So yeah, could this have suffered the same fate, which was overheating cylinders? I'll have to find out if I feel like tearing it down. I've got so many other things that Dixie Chopper PTO is gone. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to charge this right here. Probably not. Not detecting the battery. See. There we go. Crusty. What a crusty here. Okay. Do you want to do it? It's been a good charger. Stanley. Fat Max? Okay. 100 amp starting. That's impressive given the fact that an outlet, standard outlet out the wall doesn't even have 20 amps. It's got like 15. Just trying to convince us 100 amps are coming through this. Alrighty, so if you have one of these, can't tell you if it's good or not. Dixon's been in the game for a long time. They sold out to Husqvarna when this came out about 17 years ago in 2006, 7, 8, 9, whatever. Is that how you pronounce it? Husqvarna? Ew, girl, you nasty.